I 5x'd on Nio, but I'm still a dumbass for thinking that was anything.
Nio.
Yeah.
Where are they now?
I mean, I think they're still making whatever piece of shit they're making.
Oh.
It's NIO.
Nio, China car.
Yeah. And they partnered with Mobileye, which is an Israeli self-driving company. The scam of scams. What am I, fucking idiot?
Wow, they're not looking good, huh?
No. Good golly, man. Oh, robo-taxi service. I bet that's fun. That probably works.
God.
Well.
It looks like the pair of shoes my Jewish lawyer friend his father would pick out.
Can you go to YouTube and type in Mobileye demo?
In this example, we see how the AV exercises caution around occluded areas. Let's take a closer look at how RSS rule number 4 works. Be cautious in areas with limited visibility.
Can you stop it real quick before we keep going? Hold on. Listen how she says cautious. It's almost like a Long Island Jewy mom. Just like if you hear it, the first one.
Let's take a closer look at how RSS rule number 4 works. Cautious in areas with limited visibility.
Yeah, Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
Here,
your bubby could be in the road.
There's a parked van occluding the AV's view of the sidewalk. Here, we apply RSS rule number 4, which states that the AV should assume that there may be a pedestrian behind the occlusion. In other words, the van might be blocking our view of a pedestrian entering the crosswalk. Because of rule number 4, the AV begins decelerating even though there is no pedestrian in sight.
Is this
reasonable worst-case assumptions for pedestrians at a crosswalk are 2 kilometers per hour for their maximum speed and 2 meters per second squared for their maximum acceleration. The AV begins decelerating accordingly. After the AV does in fact detect a pedestrian, it continues to decelerate until coming to a full stop in order to give way to the pedestrian. Had the AV not made this assumption on what might exist behind the occlusion,
the pedestrian would be dead.
Might not have had enough time to decelerate.
I wonder if there's anything we forgot to
oops
encode. I guess I didn't realize this because I'm an optimist and a sucker, but all this stuff is to prop up the price of the stock, the tech demos and everything, which makes sense. But it's like there's this cryptocurrency called Cardano, and Cardano had like the most perfect of perfect scams. It was just unbelievably good as far as a crypto scam goes. It was unbelievable, man. It had me, my head was spinning. But now that I've been through Cardano, it's just anything looks the same. Like the AI stuff especially.
That looks like a demo. That thing we just watched looks like a demo for a Chrysler navigation and a Mercedes navigation. Is that third-party imported, that specific task in any new vehicle?
I think. Well, I would assume.
You don't think that the manufacturers don't have their own proprietary like see the algorithms on the side where they were velocity, okay, whatever what that nerd shit is.
Yeah,
you know, I'm probably just throwing a football up in the air. You know. Anyway, but all those like whatever their algo they have, like it's just a bunch of fucking. I mean, it doesn't look like anything new. It looks like I just trained for the fucking the universal Mercedes navigation demo guy that I have to do once a year. But do they import like that? You know what I'm saying?
I would imagine. I think Mercedes might have their own shit.
You think Ford would have theirs and GM would have their own, you think?
Yeah, but a lot of it is it's just not hard to do.
No, right.
Like lane keep assist is something that you could like find a fucking person on Upwork to program for you.
Right.
Because the thing did I already talk about how this is like GTA? The AI stuff is really funny to me because it's anybody who is into science fiction or is into futurism or progress or whatever. It's like a dream to imagine that we'll be able to make a computer that can, because it takes the work away. A computer that does all the work for us, and it's also included in that is the idea that it would bring about like an era of superabundance. Like everything, you could have anything you want at any time. Which I mean, if that were the case, if there were computers that could think like a human, that would bend to our will for some reason, then yeah, we would have superabundance. We would have. You could just say, "I want my dick sucked by a hot Bailing, a robot that looks like Bailing, right now," and it would just come in. Hello, Mr. Hyde. I'm Chang-Won. I suck your dick now. That's what it would just be. The future would just be anything you wanted, anytime would just happen, and that's like the dream of these little fucking nerds.
Yeah.
It's like towering cities of glittering steel and chrome windows and cyberpunk. Like that's the dream is like this future, this
Rocket Land. Yeah.
They all have the same fucking little stupid ass fantasy. And it's so I think it's so funny because what they call AI now, it's not AI. It's heuristics, recognizing visual characteristics that pictures of cats share. And it's so cynical that they used cats for this because Redditors love cats too. Oh my God, catter day, when's my cake day? There's a cat, picture of a cat. Oh, I love pictures. Like it's just like the Redditors are getting fucking you know the CIA psyops. Look up CIA psyops patch. I mean, this is brutal if this is real. You've just been fucked by psyops because physical wounds heal, shattering the human mind. It's making your eye twitch. That right there is what's happening to Redditors right now, thanks to Nvidia, Elon Musk et al. The idea that image recognition, like the characteristics of a cat, recognizing that after being fed trillions of fucking pictures, you have to train an artificial intelligence to feed, which means feed enough data to an algorithm. There's no intelligence. There's no fucking intelligence involved in this. A fucking child. If you show a child a cat, they know instantly what it is.
Right. I know what you're saying.
When was the first time Alice saw an animal?
6 months old.
Was at like 2 or like 1.5. Was there like a shock of recognition? Was there a fascination?
No.
What was there?
No.
No?
Nope. There was nothing. She was like, "Oh, there's the cat."
So she knew
right away. I know what you're saying. You're saying what you're saying is the AI right now is the equivalent of me learning what a printer is and then printing 1,000 copies of my own name out.
Yes.
And saying that's genius.
Yes.
As opposed to
the instantaneous, this is a fluffy thing, I can pet it. Is it dangerous? Is it going to bite me? Oh, it has a wet nose. Like the fucking thoughts that go through the head of a 2-year-old when he or she sees a cat or a dog or whatever are like they're fucking infinity miles away. It's so far away. The mind of a 2-year-old is galaxies away from these gay computers. Okay?
Yeah.
The gay computers, they do things. It's beautiful. Go back to the CIA patch. The way that the Redditor is getting mind fucked right now into thinking that the takeover of our computer overlords is coming. And the driving thing is especially good because driving is so human. Driving is American.
Yeah.
You drive your car, you're a man. If you don't have a car, you're not a man. Who drives? Humans do. People drive. It's the most human thing you can do. And it's all the emotions are wrapped up in it. I'm on my cell phone. I'm getting angry. I'm having fun driving fast. I'm listening to music. I'm a human. Like you'd be hard pressed.
It's like dancing.
It's like dancing. You'd be hard pressed to pick something better than this for this purpose.
Right.
And also it's so fucking easy that you could almost do what they're doing now in 1995 on PlayStation. What's my evidence for this? Go play GTA. What do the cars do? Are they banging into walls everywhere? No. The game that has like 64 kilobytes of code for the driving algorithm, the cars are driving down the street, decelerate at the stoplight, wait for the pedestrian to cross, take off slow, turn the corner. This was in Grand Theft Auto 3.
Sam, what about Burger King wrappers flying across or false positives?
They weren't perfect at that era in time. Okay?
I'm just saying. It's only taken us 35 years to get 1.00.
One wrapper at a time. One wrapper at a time.
That's what we say at the office of the self-driving cars. Who's that?
Lex Friedman?
I don't know who that is.
He's like a podcaster guy, but he's kind of Joe Rogan-y, but he wears a black suit, a black tie, and a white shirt for every 1,000 of his episodes.
That's cool. I'm gonna do that.
But he's I don't want to shit on him, but his thing is he's like a pure, like fully bought in believer in the future, meaning that like computers and all the crap that we invent is better than loving your family or whatever, like fucking something from the 50s. He was saying that driving is actually very sophisticated and a good proof of the merit of not the merit, but the sophistication of artificial intelligence, because you have to guess what people are going to, you have to read human emotions and guess what people are going to do. It's absurd. And that has nothing to do, like Tesla's AI, Mobileye, all these, none of these things are like reading human emotions.
No.
That's not involved. And that's not even what it is either. It's the calculation of, he was talking to fucking the guy one of the guys that invented like computer processors, man.
If it was,
The guy said it's just ballistics calculations. It's just the calculation of like a large mass moving through space, and that's something that we've had. Like there are guided missiles from the 80s that can target a
I can hit a coffee cup out of my hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is not difficult for computers to do. It's just a fucking physics equation.
If it was true artificial intelligence, because I can hit any artificial intelligence driven car personally.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Rochefort can drive 100 miles an hour on
I
a
could probably
really bad.
I could probably kill a family of 4 occupants.
The test subject.
Yeah.
I could do that easy.
Yeah.
And if it was artificial intelligence, you know what it would be able to do? It would flick its headlights at me. I would have a seizure and turn into a Burger King. Yes. That would be artificial intelligence, right? It would like turn the wipers on. Yes. I'd be like, oh!
Yes.
I'd be like, man, I'm gonna kill these fucking robot cars. Oh! And I drive there, and I'm like, there it is. And I like point at it, and I'm driving there, and it's like, bloop, 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 bloop. And I'm like, oh shit. And I just go into a Burger King and like kill no one.
Yeah.
That would be artificial intelligence.
Yes. Anything that a computer can do, obviously, it can be done way faster than a human. So it's to say nothing of quality control or the meaningfulness or importance of doing it. Those things aside, if a computer can do it can do it a million times faster than a human. Fine. So what's going to happen is all the low hanging fruit, which is, I think this actually might be a cool thing. I mean, it's not going to be cool that it displaces driver jobs, but I think that on the flip side of that, the good side of that is that it's going to displace finance jobs. All that finance shit, all that grifting
20%
can be done much better by a computer than it can by a human. And they have this in China where they have AI based lending where you they do algorithmic lending in America too for low amounts. They do it in China for higher amounts where it just looks at your credit score, your age, all your factors. Because in China they collect more data on people publicly that's available to people that do stuff like this. So in China, you get an AI loan decision.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, algorithmic trading, the day trading, the forex stuff, all that stuff's going to be dead if it's not already, because it's going to be done by AI. So I think the good side of losing all of our truckers and everything and cab drivers is that we're going to also lose these nothing people.
I feel like
in the mix, and
we'll still lose though.
And thankfully, furthermore, graphic designers and illustrators are going to be done. Game over. If you're in graphic design school right now, you can quit because in 10 years your job won't exist. It's going to saturate all the low hanging fruit. Because people have spent so much time game theoretically playing out what AI could be used for.
Yeah.
That all the uses for it have been discovered. It's just going to saturate all the low hanging fruit. It's going to take the driver jobs. You're going to have Amazon drone delivery. You're going to have quantum computer based fucking micro hedge fund date. Like it's something that won't even affect you. You're not going to care about it. It's just going to make some Indian guy the richest man on the planet. You don't have to think about it though. And anybody who needs an illustration, sorry illustrators, anybody that needs graphic design, they're just going to go to a website and type in logo that looks comfy and homey for local coffee shop, and they'll get something better than what you would have made. But that's it. That's where it stops. It's gonna saturate and it's gonna plateau because it's not actual intelligence. It's just an algorithm. It's just a new form of computing, and computing has its limits.
I know.
Traditional computers, amazing, huge innovation. It's not going to wax your car.
Yeah.
It's not going to put my socks on. It's not going to make me healthier. It does a certain number. There are things that it can do based on the form that it is. Any technology is like this. The transistors double every 2 years, and doubling is a powerful mathematical process. So doubling is, oh my God, you double it. If you double something a couple hundred times, you now have a number larger than the number of particles. Get this shit off the screen. These fucking doubling is a powerful process. So people looked at that and they were like, oh my God, you double the speed of a computer. You're going to double it every year. What's the future going to be like? Oh my God, we're going to be able to have interdimensional, we're going to go, it's going to be Star Trek.
Sentient.
And the point is just that there's an exponential rise in one metric doesn't necessarily equal anything. It just means that the metric is rising. Listen, man, thinking that because you can quantify something, it is important it's a massive blind spot in your thinking. If you think that quantifying something makes it important, or if you think that only important things can be quantifiable, you have a giant Joe Rogan building cock-sized blind spot in your thinking, because so many things are just more subtle than that. Is there like a logical fallacy named after this guy? The McNamara fallacy. Okay, there you go. The McNamara fallacy. If you do anything, if you are an entrepreneur, if you do anything that's businessy, look that up and just remember, ingrain that in your, make that a part of your thought processes. But that's part of what's going on with the oh my God, NVIDIA's got a new 7 nanometer chip. It's the same shit. It's the same shit.